Education budget bill is getting some bipartisan support up in the state legislature in Carson City, but Governor Lombardo says he will kill it upon arrival without one key stipulation. We're only about 3 weeks away from the end of the legislative session in Carson City. By law, they only have 120 days, and tensions often rise as that clock ticks down.
It appears Republican Governor Joe Lombardo and top Assembly and Senate Democrats are headed for a showdown that could take them right down to the final day of the session. News 3's Steve Wolford joining us live here in studio to explain what's going on.
Well, like a special session is unheard of when it comes to what happens in Carson City. State lawmakers pretty much agree. They want public school teachers to get a raise. The disagreement, however, centers around pay hikes for public charter school teachers. And keep in mind, the state tax dollars are tight right now, and Nevada's Constitution says lawmakers have to balance the budget.
Well, for some reason, the majority party doesn't want to fund the pay raises for charter school teachers.
Republican Brian Hibbets on the Assembly Ways and Means Committee says lawmakers can't pass a budget until they agree on K-12 education funding. But a big chunk of that money to give public charter school teachers equal pay was missing from the education bill.
Specifically, $38 million to bring parity to charter school teachers with their district counterparts. We're talking public charter schools, not private charter schools. These are public employees. These are public school teachers. They just happen to work at a charter school.
And Governor Joe Lombardo, also a Republican, made it clear on X that any education budget that doesn't include equal pay for the public charter school teachers won't get his signature.
I think what's been passed in the education bill last week, that wasn't in there. But I think the majority leader alluded to we're going to work through that issue.
John Velardita, executive director of the Clark County Teachers Union, acknowledges the education budget being hammered out didn't include funding for a public charter school teacher raise, but he's optimistic lawmakers will work it out.
I think there's some acknowledgement on the part of the legislative leadership that it's an issue that has merit, but I think what they're protective of course, that we support, can't be at the expense of public schools.
The Nevada Independence Capitol Bureau Chief Tabitha Mueller says what's happening right now is some old-fashioned politicking and also making sure the tax money's there.
So this isn't just about assuring that funding, it's also about making sure and the process by which that it's funded and how it's sort of allocated. And
I reached out to Senator Angie Taylor. She's the chair of the Senate Education Committee for comment. I still haven't heard back. If you're wondering, by the way, about how much money Nevada spends on education, the 2023-24 education budget, that two-year plan, was over $11 billion. Reporting live in the studio, Steve Wolford, News 3. Jim.
All right, Steve, thank you for that.